And we're live. Yep, we are live. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my live stream. What do I do in my live stream? I don't know. What I do is I check out content from other content creators that are interesting, that I'm interested in. I would go watch them, and I guess you can say react to their content, and even I guess sometimes even comment on it or say something about the content itself, or maybe not the content itself but the topic of the content. That is what you are going to expect or see here in my live streams. Whenever you see me doing this, that is exactly what I'm going to do. Because it's not a game. I can't play it. If it's a game, I would play it. Then you will see gameplay of a game. But in this case, I'll just be going through some videos that I find interesting. Mostly from channels that I am subscribed to, and from content creators that I enjoy watching. Okay, so obviously, where do I find this content or the channels? Well, unfortunately, most of them, if not all, are still in YouTube. I keep saying this, but when the time comes when everyone moves their content to Rumble, and I guess I won't have any reason, no reason at all, to go back to YouTube. Because if everyone is in Rumble, why would I go to YouTube? It doesn't make sense. But right now, unfortunately, the content creators that I enjoy watching, most of them, again, if not all, most are they're only putting their content here in YouTube because either they're partnered with YouTube or something else. Maybe they just like YouTube. Even though most of them always complain that, or always say that they are afraid of getting demonetized by YouTube. If that is really their concern, they can easily move to Rumble and monetize their content there as well. I guess what I'm saying is there is really no excuse to stay with YouTube or on YouTube if you are very afraid of getting demonetized. Worse, your channel gets deleted because you said a bad thing, which is not really bad at all. It's just that YouTube decided that it's a bad thing. As always, the bottom line is the money. They're making money here in YouTube, and moving to another platform that is not as big as YouTube will obviously hit. It will affect their bottom line, and that is money. It's all about making money. Everyone likes money. Those who say that they don't want money are the ones who has a lot of money. If you go and look for a poor person and ask the poor person, do you hate money? Obviously, the poor person will say that it doesn't hate money. In fact, he would want to have more money. Only someone with a lot of money can say that they don't need money. I don't have money, that's why I want money. Because the money will allow me to exist, buy things, buy food, buy medicines, buy my maintenance. Because without my maintenance, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't last very long. And guess what? No one will give me medicines. The pharmacies, they won't give the medicine. They won't give me my maintenance for free. Of course, they would ask me for money. That's why I want money. It's simple, but I don't have it, unfortunately. So in the end, the bottom line, or the reason why they're not moving to another platform, even though every day their channels are at risk of getting deleted because of the topics that they are covering, it's because of money. The money is here in YouTube. Although if they are really big, maybe they have like 10 million, a million subscribers, if they go to Rumble, they will still have a lot of viewers. Maybe half of their subscribers would follow them to Rumble. If not, maybe their subscribers are already in Rumble, already have accounts in Rumble, and they can easily monetize their content and also make money from Rumble. I just don't know if the money they'll make in Rumble is gonna be the same as the money they make in YouTube. Maybe not, because YouTube is a bigger platform. It may have more it could have more advertisers that pay a lot more higher rates. I don't know, maybe I'm just guessing. But because it hasn't happened yet, that's why I'm still here in YouTube. Okay, so what do we have here? We have here Assassin's Creed is completely cooked. Let's go check this one out. It sounds interesting. I can't watch this because this is like 3 hours long. It is very long, and my stream is only an hour. I try to limit my streams in an hour. It's easier to manage. And if I suddenly decided to download the video or the recording of the live stream, the size is not big. It's only around maybe 1 to 2 GB. If it's like a 10-hour live stream, oh my goodness, that is gonna be a lot bigger.
These themes will allow us to reflect on contemporary...
Okay, there you go. Assassin's Creed is completely cooked by Andy Pants Gaming.
Assassin's Creed, the Top Surgery DLC. This is why I'm saying Assassin's Creed is completely.
This is just a preview. It says they're coming up.
What you should be doing as an owner and a runner of a company is trying to figure out, gosh, why aren't people interested in our game? Hey guys, Assassin's Creed is completely cooked as a brand. It's completely done. It's completely over. And I say that because in the new game that they're coming out with, which fans hated, nobody wanted this game. It's got a massive downvote dislike on YouTube. Nobody wants this game. And now they're saying that they're doubling down on it. They're definitely making this.
There is nothing wrong.
And I think
I don't see anything wrong if they want to double down on what they're doing.
Their biggest game.
I don't see anything wrong if they want to attack their critics. They're free to do whatever they want.
We want, and
we as gamers,
a good little piggy that
we are also free on what we want to buy. And we don't want to buy this game.
As a brand,
trust me, we don't want this game.
Boss,
this game is not for us. This is a woke game for woke gamers. Okay, and there's nothing wrong for game developers to make games for woke gamers because woke gamers do exist. LGBTQ plus gamers do exist, and they also deserve games made for them. This game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, is a game made for woke gamers. It's not a game made for us.
200.
If you are not woke, there's a big chance you won't enjoy this game.
People are finding very upsetting and very disturbing about this, and they're not wanting to play this game. And I don't think it actually has to do with the fact that this guy's black. That might be a big part of it, but in a year, I think gamers are a lot smarter than people realize. And in a year of blackwashing, in a year of...
I've seen videos made by actual Japanese content creators. They're making fun of this game.
People immediately...
They are roasting this game.
Immediately identify the woke politics.
They would break down the game and...
are speaking.
Roast it. Or make fun of it.
We don't want woke homo Assassin's Creed. We don't want
of course, if you are not woke, if you're not an LGBTQ plus gamer,
and if
it's obvious that you wouldn't like it. You wouldn't want it.
Pretty much already spoken.
It makes sense.
And
there is nothing wrong with that.
Something my wife brought up.
It's just that it's not for us. It's not for you. It's not for me.
Diverse person and replace them.
The problem that I see is that Ubisoft is trying to sell this as a game for everyone. That is where the problem happens or happened.
It would be
if they just marketed the game,
Africa game, which you know,
day one when the first information about the game gets released,
taken the main character,
they immediately say that Assassin's Creed Shadows is a woke game.
So what they've done here is incredible,
and we made it for the woke gamers,
that is why
for the modern audience
reacting this way. Now, if you delve into the history,
I'm pretty sure the backlash or the reaction, yeah, sure. Some people, there will be complaints like, why only make a game for woke gamers? What about us? What about us, your die-hard Assassin's Creed fans?
No battles.
That would be the complaint.
Whether he should even be called a...
The complaint will be centered around
certain class.
Why the game was made for a certain
but there's
small group of gamers and not for everyone.
Africa comparison, it would be
and
like
then eventually everyone will just forget about it.
visited Africa one time.
Of course, they're going to lose money because
Africa game starring a white guy.
the game is now a niche game targeting a niche audience.
Betrays
And from from
your game
what I've learned
because he had a
about this game is that
quotes in a minute.
it's a AAA game, which means
Our commitment to
a
include
lot of money was spent making the game,
authenticity and respect
and guess what? They will not recover the money.
agendas. Like,
If
bro,
they're targeting a certain group of gamers, a small group of gamers,
trying to get on
there is no chance
bandwagon
that the game would recover its
see
costs.
you're trying
They will lose money on it.
you're
The
trying
same way with
into
Dragon Age The Veil Guard. It was like made for the LGBTQ plus gamers.
these
The
disgusting
budget
look
was according to another video that I watched was around 200 to 300.
when
Even if the Veil Guard
actually not our job to tell you
sell for
all
sell
to be concerned with is
1,000,000 copies,
has failed to
the
capture
game will still not make any money.
so what Ubisoft is doing right now is they're trying to say, oh, people aren't interested in this game because they're racist. And look, that could be true, but it doesn't really matter.
Let's use a pizza as an example.
Company is trying to figure out
You love
why are
you love
in our game.
pizzas,
Why aren't people buying?
but you're not a fan of pizzas with pineapples.
And that is
You find it disgusting.
it is
Obviously,
the marker.
you will not buy a pizza with
It's not
pineapples, but it doesn't mean you hate pizzas.
saying that it's because people are.
It's just that you just don't like pizzas with
They're doing this.
pineapples. It's the same with this one.
Get into the articles here. So this first article,
You are a fan of Assassin's Creed.
for a narrative.
You love the franchise. You love the series.
Alexis Cotier, and
But-
this is very upsetting.
Because you know that this one
As we move forward,
it's not made for you. This Assassin's Creed is not made for you.
back at the center by making up a
And it's an Assassin's Creed with pineapples, and you absolutely don't like pineapples. Obviously, you will not get this game. You will not buy this game. It just makes sense.
never did in a wooden woke and 2024 blackwashing situation. Here's another hilarious quote he said. And guys, this is why I'm saying Assassin's Creed is completely cooked, because of quotes like this. He said, the modern day storyline will explore deeper themes of memory, identity, and autonomy, how the past shapes who we are and how controlling this past can impact our future. These themes will allow us to reflect on contemporary issues. Assassin's Creed, the Top Surgery DLC. Yeah, guys, this is your modern audience. This is why I'm saying Assassin's Creed is completely cooked, dude. It's completely done. These themes will allow us to reflect on contemporary issues, like gay trans people going into schools and pedophiles molesting kids and top surgery DLCs. Guys, and here's the famous Elliot Page who hid her top surgery scars really well here with the trans DLC with Assassin's Creed. He said, our commitment isn't just about reflecting on the past, it's about ensuring that the stories we
There is nothing wrong
and
with making games for the trans gamers because they do exist.
continue to stand by the
Again,
because they are central.
what is wrong is trying to market a game for the trans gamers to everyone.
Don't you play video?
I'm going back to my pizza and pineapple analogy.
Don't you want your game to be filled with trans people and gay people?
You wouldn't sell
We play games to be
you wouldn't sell a pizza with pineapple,
dude. It's so
pineapples
condescending.
to a person, to a pizza lover
No morality.
that don't like
complete trash.
pizzas with pineapples.
Push their
It's the same thing.
communist values on you.
You wouldn't sell an
When you're not
Assassin's Creed game made for the trans gamers or for the woke gamers to an Assassin's Creed fan that is not trans or not woke.
too big to fail, Ubisoft.
It doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense. And if you try doing something like that,
He said Assassin's Creed has always been about
you'll get
the full spectrum of human history, and by
a negative reaction.
staying true to history means embracing the
They won't like it. We won't like it.
This is just incoherent word salad.
So you must market it properly and try to communicate properly
It's coming out of your
that the game is not for
environment.
the general gaming or the general Assassin's Creed audience. It's made for the woke audience, and you might get,
Bringing in woke politics.
again, you will get a little bit of backlash and complaints, but it won't be as severe, it won't be as extreme, because you were able to properly communicate that the game was not made for everyone.
Staying true to history. Why did you make junk up then if you wanted to stay true to history? It's all referring to Assassin's Creed. It's always been diverse, he said, and this isn't new ground for the franchise. From Altair to Avalon to Grand Prix de Ratonke, that was the Native American in Assassin's Creed 3. We've consistently introduced protagonists from diverse racial, ethnic, and gender identities. History is inherently diverse, and so is Assassin's Creed in the stories we tell. Except Young Boo Boo, all of these games were historical. There's way more Assassin's Creed games than these. They've all been historical in the sense that they took people from that time and that period who could believably be in that time and period, and they put those people in the game. This is the first example of them ramming woke politics into a game, and that's why it's getting absolutely gutted online, because gamers are smarter than this dude realizes, and we have something called a sniff test. And when people smell wokeness, people can smell wokeness from a mile away, and they're like, I don't want to have anything to do with that. You're clearly ramming a black guy into a game that he doesn't need to be there. And most of the people criticizing this are black people online. Black guys on YouTube are saying this is garbage. Stop ramming minorities into virtue signal. Another hilarious sentence. So to be clear, our commitment to inclusivity is grounded in historical authenticity and respect for diverse perspectives, not driven by modern agendas. Even though in this different part, I don't know if this is all from the same interview, but he said, these themes will allow us to reflect on contemporary issues. But then he also says, blah, blah, not driven by modern agendas. Like, has there ever been a bigger liar on earth than this dude? The current climate is tough on our creative teams. They face lies, half-truths, and personal attacks online. He continued, when the work they pour into their hearts into is twisted into a symbol of division, it's not just disheartening, it can be devastating. Bro, you created the division, brother. You created it. And there's no attacks. Nobody's attacking you. We're simply saying we're not going to buy the game because we're not.
That is very true. Ubisoft has the right to make
Characters in Assassin's Creed.
any game or any games for anyone, and we as gamers have the right to buy or not buy their games,
Your franchise.
especially if the game is not made for us.
All legacy media and all legacy.
Why would you buy a game not made for you?
Industries are
Are
crumbling.
you
They're
are you trying to punish yourself?
really sad to see. This was a funny final quote. Speaking with Stephen Totillo at GameFile, Cotier detailed how Musk's when the Assassin's Creed Shadows thing came out, Elon Musk replied to it and said DEI kills art. And it apparently just like broke this guy. So it says, speaking with Steven Totillo at GameFile, Cotier detailed how Musk's post broke him emotionally. That tweet generated emotions. That the first thing I wanted to do was go back on X that I had deleted and just tweet back. And I just took a step back. I have a mindfulness app on my phone, and I did a bit of mindfulness to try to explore the emotions that this tweet created. Dude, these people are completely like satanic and immoral.
There you go. He said it. He said it.
In a moment of sheer
These people are pure evil. They don't see that what they're doing is evil. That's why these people are very dangerous.
sad. He's just
And they are very scary.
a lot of
They're very scary people. Because these people will have no qualms killing anybody. As long as they think that what they're doing is good.
A guy who was in
Even though
Montreal office
it's not.
11 years, and we chronicle beginning in 2011 the downfall of this company, and it begins with DEI, it begins with women, it begins with hiring minorities, hiring gay people. It all began with hiring people who were shit at their job.
There is nothing wrong in hiring LGBTQ plus
This guy is clearly a
developers. There's nothing wrong with it.
when you hire, I assume this guy must be gay since he's a DEI hire.
Ubisoft has the right to hire
Back to the DEI.
anyone they want.
You hire leftists to work for your company.
There's nothing wrong with hiring leftists.
Always say
Because at the end of the day,
you go broke, and
at the end of
sad
the day, we as consumers have the power.
being burned down. But what this guy is indicating,
We have the power.
it's too far gone now. Assassin's Creed is going
We decide whether
to
they
be a wrap soon. So I'll talk.
succeed or not by simply, and we do that by either buying or not buying the crap they put out. So if the games they're making are not for us, guess what? We're not going to buy their games because simply it's not for us. It's for a specific audience. So good luck with that. That is the only thing we can say. Good luck to you, sir. Okay, what is this? When woke liberals realize that Donald Trump won. I'm not going to watch it because I find some of them fake. Yeah, some of them feels fake. They're just doing it for attention. So earlier I was like laughing at it, but I've seen a few already, and I guess I can't laugh anymore because it felt fake. What they're doing felt fake, not real. They're not sincere in what they're doing. They're just doing it for attention. I guess you can say they're doing it for the views. Oh, wait, this one. As you can see, I haven't seen this. Everybody was waiting for this. This is an Asmongold clip. Let's go check this one out.
Yeah. It was pretty red last night.
I don't know. I'm profoundly disturbed.
This is like, I bet this episode is their highest viewed episode that they have ever and will ever have.
I would agree with that. I think
I'm surprised.
just because people will watch only to see them, only to laugh at them,
They can't stop.
or laugh at their reaction.
I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
I'm obviously very disappointed. I'm very sad. I have no regrets. I worked hard as hell to elect the first Black Asian
Man,
woman president.
There you go. There you go. They're voting not because of merits. How stupid are these people? They're voting
Young girls to
not because of policies.
They can't stop.
we will not stop fighting.
They're voting because of identity.
Every single time. Identity.
They are so stupid.
But
And
they will alienate the people that, you know, are the opposite.
they're insane. They're stupid. They're insane. Oh my goodness.
DC and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations
Not
of
going to
social
get any
media.
better with Elon Musk now in the administration.
Now they want to regulate social media.
They're voting.
They don't want fairness. They want
They're voting not because of policies. They're voting not because of merit. They're voting because of identity
about fake news
and race.
that you were going to win.
How genius is that?
Make what you were reading.
Not genius at all.
Before I'm going to bring it up again. In Finland, kids in nursery school are learning to discern between fake news and real news. They should be teaching that in this country.
If they did that, no one would watch your show.
Well, I want to dig further into the demographics because black women tried to save this country again last night. 92% of black women voted for the vice president. You have Latinas in the 70 percentile voting for the vice president. What we did not have is white women who voted about 52% for Donald Trump, uneducated white women. You have Latino men actually
They just can't stop talking about identity. It is insane.
and black men with
These people are insane.
because they
I have no idea. I don't know why they're on television.
educated white women.
Who are putting these people on television?
And why do you think Latino men voted in favor of someone that's going to deport? It says he's going to deport.
What's his name?
Again, that is just so stupid.
There is this implication.
How are they going to be? How are they going to be deported when they are citizen of the country?
Illegal
So
immigrants
stupid.
or for some sort of immigration policy. But they're not Latino, they're Americans. They're going to have their best interests in mind and the best interest of the country that they live in. That's a Mexican, so he should be okay with immigration because where'd he come from? That's basically what they're saying. It's insane. It's so on the...
If you are going to listen to these people
become the...
and listen to how they talk and listen to what they're saying, they are the actual racists. Actually,
Come out. I don't.
they are the actual racists.
Still not gonna say his name. That's not gonna change.
And I've seen like posts showing that they're blaming the minorities. They're blaming those they say they are protecting from Donald Trump. They are very easy to switch targets. just because those minorities voted a different way. What if we build the Dyson Sphere? You wish. How are we going to build a Dyson Sphere when we don't have the technology to put things in space, large amount of things in space, and besides it will take like very large rockets, which we don't have. Maybe Starship, but Starship is like, if I'm going to be honest, Starship is like 10 years away from actual use. Well, you can use Starship now as an expendable. I'm pretty sure they can easily manage that as an expendable rocket. But when it comes to reusability, and the way they want it to happen, like launching, landing, and then launching again, SpaceX still a long way from it. Even the Falcon hasn't done it. It takes a Falcon, I think, what, a week or 10 days, because they need to refurbish the booster. Of course, it's much faster than simply making another booster, but they haven't really succeeded in what their goal, and that is launching, landing, and launching again. Launching immediately. It's like the plan is to launch the booster and the ship, land the booster, refuel the booster, and then launch another ship. That is the goal. That is the goal, and they are far from it. Eventually, they will achieve it, because technology keeps on improving. But right now, I believe they can easily achieve the expendable mode for the super heavy booster and starship. Expendable mode. It says here, Oprah didn't matter. Joe Rogan did. Ooh, Mass Effect will suck. Let's go check this out from Dr. Disaster. I'm not going to watch this because I've already seen this one. This one, I haven't seen this one. It's Dr. Disaster,
Captain, the chronically charismatic,
the space pirate that pays taxes.
to be having
Yeah.
down on social media right now
I believe he is the only space pirate that pays taxes to the government.
especially in the gaming industry, are absolutely losing their minds, and it's positively hilarious to see.
Why? Do you really hate me that bad? Yep.
That's it, yeah.
In particular, the writers for Dragon Age the Veilguard and the people who are also working on the next Mass Effect game are having kind of a rough day at this point. They're over on Blue Sky right now, which, if you didn't know what that is,
There's nothing wrong with that. They have all the right
these so-called
to make the game they want.
Elon purchased Twitter and the platform
They have all the right.
echo chamber for them.
If they want to make a game like this and like that,
These people are
they can. They can. No one will stop them in making the game they want. They want to make a woke game, go ahead. They want to make a trans game, go ahead.
you may remember,
It's perfectly fine, because woke gamers, trans gamers, LGBT plus gamers, they exist.
studio has no confidence in Dragon Age moving forward, and they've decided not to invest.
If they want to make a Mass Effect game with Donald Trump as the main antagonist or villain,
Going to look at in a minute here, but they are letting them work on another franchise.
there's nothing wrong with it. They can do it
Hollow out and
if that is what they want to do.
like a bunch of sad little babies is all that they know how to do.
You moved to
Because at the end of the day, you and I, the consumers, the gamers, we are the ones who control
organism on this planet
their fate.
follows the same pattern.
There you go. We control their fate. They can make anything they want. Anything they want. They can make anything. But at the end of the day, it's the consumer it's the consumers who decide whether to buy the thing they make or not. We control their fate.
All right,
There you go, guys. Just remember that.
and subscribe to the channel if
So don't be too angry, don't be too mad, don't be too emotional.
these days.
Just think that at the end of the day, we control their fate.
Times for your reference, my handle.
Sure, we're not going to get the game or games we want,
Like I was saying, a lot.
but if they keep doing the same thing and we just keep on not buying their games, eventually
to Twitter,
either they close down their studios or they fire everyone
fun
and they hire people that will make
who worked on
games their audience want to play.
After all, tomorrow it's expected that they're going to announce the next Mass Effect game semi-formally on the N7 day, November 7th, and I thought it would be useful to see who is writing the game that they're going to try to convince us we need to buy. First, we're going to start with this person here. This is Laura Kate Dale, which you might remember I covered the other day. This is a writer that consulted on Dragon Age the Veilguard. This is the person who wrote such brilliant books as Things I Learned,
There you go, guys.
But, and Me and My Dysphoria.
This is not gonna be a hard decision.
Just obsessed.
Not a hard decision.
Anyhow, I found this person's post
Even if
seething and
they didn't announce,
this person reposted
or even if they try to hide
after the
that the game is woke, or the game is for trans gamers, or the game is for LGBTQ plus gamers.
then who
Even if they try to hide that fact,
countries, I have bad news for how you
there you go. Here you go, guys. We already know.
underneath it says Rule 1.
We already know what kind of game it's going to be,
That is,
and all we have to do is either,
but it kind of pales in comparison
buy it or not.
right here, which says if you're a
And my guess is no one is going to buy this. Well, I guess those who are
therapy
the target audience,
markers,
some of them might buy it because it's really weird why they are trying to make games for the modern audience when the modern audience, they don't play games. They do exist,
my God, these
but I'm not quite sure if most of them
is off the chart.
play
They just want every
games. I'm pretty sure some of them play games.
poor sweet little thing. Whatever will you do now that the imaginary problems that you've invented in your head, they might possibly manifest themselves? But this might be the most unhinged crap that they reposted. It says to take care of the vulnerable. And by that I mean you have to be ready to do a bunch of extreme stuff that I can't read on YouTube. Anyhow, it then goes on to say, I am not posturing, I am not trying to sound tough. You need to be thinking about what you're willing to suffer and thinking seriously. And you know what? This really is this person trying to sound tough. This is somebody LARPing as a resistance fighter. Nobody is going to hurt you. Nobody wants to harm you. We're just tired of listening to you. And as much as you morons want to equivocate that with violence, it just ain't gonna work. We are done listening. But now, let's hop over to the profile of Patrick Weeks, the narrative designer of Mass Effect and Dragon Age games. I'm not so sure that I'd proudly display that in my profile these days, but whatever, you do you, my dude. But to be fair, I also wouldn't post shit like this either. The dude reposted, Harris ran a smart campaign. She was a solid candidate. Trump ran a disastrous campaign and is in clear decline. This was a clear choice. No matter who wins, half of voters either chose bigotry and authoritarianism or had no problem with it, and that's hard to take. And you keep on coping there, princess. But Harris did not run a smart campaign. She hid like a chicken shit when she thought she was winning. And she finally did a media run when it was clear that she was losing, and she failed to say anything of substance. All she could do was denounce her opponent, but it's no wonder that jackanapes like this think it was brilliant. That's basically all that they can do with their rhetoric as well. For example, look at what they say here. They're saying that half of the voters in this country are bigots and authoritarians. And on a daily basis,
are you guys going to buy a game made by that person?
Those of us who aren't part of their beloved mob.
Are you going to buy something from that person?
These are the people who
someone who calls you a bigot when they're the ones who are bigoted.
They are fragile little turds without the sense that God gives.
Of course not. Don't give them your money. They hate you, so don't give them your money. You worked hard for your money. Okay? If you really must, go find an independent game developer out there who is hungry for your money and will appreciate you by giving you a game that you will enjoy playing.
Part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always.
Okay, so that was Dr. Disaster, the space pirate that pays taxes to the government. If you're wondering why I'm saying that, well, I'm not the one who said that. He did. Go and watch all his videos and you will find the one where he said that he pays taxes. And there is nothing wrong in paying taxes, because if you don't pay taxes, you'll go to jail in real life. Dragon Age Veilguard lost 14% of pre-orders. Let's go check this out from Vara the Dark.
With every single day that passes, we are hearing more bad news for BioWare regarding Dragon Age. It does not seem like this.
The reason why Dragon Age the Veilguard lost 14%, if the report is
basically everybody
true, well, those people found out that the game is for the LGBTQ plus gamers, and my guess is those 14% are not LGBTQ plus gamers, or maybe they don't like playing LGBTQ plus games.
Check out
again,
in the description.
Not everyone will play an LGBTQ plus game. And thank goodness to Steam for properly tagging the game. Now everyone knows
established franchise.
It's not for them.
The point in time that it released, 9 years.
It's not for Vara, it's not for me, and it's not for you. It's for the LGBTQ plus gamers. And it's perfectly fine. It is okay for game developers to make games for the LGBTQ plus gamers.
14% of physical pre-orders for Veilguard.
It's just that non-LGBTQ plus gamers might not buy the game.
Demian is the one revealing this,
which means you're not gonna make a lot of money from it. That's why if they want to continue making LGBTQ plus games, they'll need to scale down their costs. Instead of spending $200 million, spend only 10 million.
Evidence that
So if the game sell
has released a lot of
1 million copies
information in the past that
at $40 or even $60,
seems that
you'll get
typically
60 million, if my math is correct.
and it seems
Which means you still make money. So if you spend 200 million and the game sold 1 million at 60,
when it comes to titles, people are going to pre-order them, they're going to cancel their pre-orders. That happens with every single
you'll get a negative number, and you don't want a negative number. Because if you get a negative number, it means you lost money.
How many pre-orders got canceled for Dragon Age?
It is not rocket science. There is no complex mathematics involved in this.
Veilguard
It's very simple.
cancellations by platforms. One deluxe Xbox version, 695 pre-orders, 108 canceled. Normal Xbox, 885 pre-orders, 128 canceled. Deluxe PS5 version, 1,872 pre-orders, 254 canceled. Normal PS5 version, 3,341 pre-orders, 466 canceled. And obviously, when it comes to physical media, right, we see a major divide in digital versus physical. 80% of games sold now are sold digitally, but there is still a dedicated group of gamers who try to buy physical whenever they can because they want to try to delay the inevitable. Of course, I have not enjoyed Veilguard very much. I've been streaming a playthrough on the channel, but I still went out of my way to make sure that I got a physical copy because at the end of the day, I am someone who would much rather be able to buy a physical item rather than just having an all-digital library. And I completely understand that these numbers...
An all-digital library is very dangerous.
May not seem like a lot, but...
Even if you have a Steam account, because even Steam said that
and we're never gonna
we don't own the games. We are buying a license to play the game.
But one would assume if
that's why going forward,
like
I'm thinking of just buying games from GOG.com, because in GOG,
crazy.
I'm not sure if GOG is woke.
3 days,
but in GOG,
peak on Steam.
if you buy a game in GOG, you can download the game as well without DRM, which means you can download it and you can have maybe an SD card dedicated or an external SSD drive, and you can put all the games in that drive as a backup copy, which means you literally have a physical copy of the game, something like that.
Alone with seeing new footage and all the leaks, decided against purchasing it and deciding to stand against BioWare, which I am in complete agreement with. If that's what you decide to do, and that's what you feel is the best decision for you, 100% go for it. I did buy it so that I could live stream it on the channel and you guys could watch it that way, maybe instead of spending your money. It's just not worth $70, never mind the higher end editions. Oh my god, I would regret that decision so much if I had bought like a $100 edition of this game. It's truly, truly abysmal. $90K is nothing, really, compared to some of the other larger releases just over the past couple of years. I mean, look at Hogwarts Legacy, for example. Yes, the Wizarding World has a massive fan base, but that was a brand new, video game series, because there's been other Harry Potter video games in the past, but this marked a new start, and that has 850,000 players on Steam for its all-time peak. You have games like Black Myth Wukong that were made by an indie team, their first video game release, and it hit 2.5 million players, all-time peak. You just would expect things to be going a little bit better for BioWare in Dragon Age. We were talking about some big names here, but it has not been positive for them. And we're also hearing that they are reportedly shifting their focus away from this game in totality.
89,000 concurrent or peak players.
As they move their focus.
That is not bad.
And it just
seems that is not bad.
How to handle.
It's just that the game costs too much.
Single game.
And they for a game targeted or for a game made for the LGBTQ plus gamers. It costs too much.
Games to be
And that is the reason why they did not make money from it.
want to be in this fantasy medieval
Will they learn from this? I hope.
magic and
I doubt it because well, they said that's it, that's Ubisoft.
modern
I don't know. I hope they learn from it and don't double down on it.
Gender, non-binary. You pick your.
Come on, Vara. There's nothing wrong with games made for those gamers.
And this is not going to just happen with 1 or 2 games. This is going to continue to happen for years and years until developers decide to put identity politics to the side and make genuinely amazing experiences first.
You know how we can make them do that?
That they
we stop buying their games.
Because now this means that
is how we're going to make
on Veilguard
those game developers do or go back to the way it was.
Working on it. And sure, my
so don't or stop buying any of the games going forward until they realize, because the sooner they realize that they're not making money from what they're doing, the sooner they'll go back.
But it seems that that's not going to happen, and
because if not, they'll just keep on losing money, and eventually they'll get shut down, and everyone gets fired.
I mean, right now we are hearing that this game is not turning out to be a positive situation. We're hearing that 14% of the physical retail orders were reportedly canceled ahead of the game's release, and this is not going to be an isolated situation. It's going to happen time and time again until developers decide to make amazing content and to focus.
Also, I'm just going to add that high fantasy role-playing games is not the genre for activist game developers to push their beliefs
failure because of
or agendas or ideologies. It's not.
Your thoughts in the comments.
Try doing that with Call of Duty.
I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.
Okay, so that was BioWare loses big with Dragon Age. They said black people shouldn't go to Sturgis. I went anyway. Okay. The View meltdown on air as hosts lose their mind over Trump's victory. I'm not going to watch it again. Meanwhile, venturing to the blight-ridden village. Ooh, gameplay, sorry. Ubisoft hacked NFT game. The Great American Clapback. Razor Fist. I'm not a fan of Razor Fist, unfortunately. He also says dumb shit, but the dumb shit that he says are more egregious. I can't even say the word. I guess they're worse than Asmongold. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots and then click on don't recommend channel. I'm sorry, Mr. Razorfist. But in general, he has common sense takes. He has common sense opinions as well. Lara Croft auditions underway. Oh, look at that. Maybe who knows? We might get a plus size Lara Croft. Imagine a plus size Lara Croft doing acrobats and parkouring. That would be hilarious. Unless it would work if they turned the movie into a comedy. Just like with Dragon Age, the Veilguard with a laugh track. So it turned into a sitcom, into a comedy, and the dialogue in the game worked. People like you. What if I apologize? It's too late to apologize. Where did he go? Okay, it's Mark Hamill. Not a good person. Because if you are on the other side of politics, if you have a differing opinions when it comes to politics, you are dirt to Mark Hamill. He might even hurt you. So stay away. Stay away. Anyway, guys, that was the hour. And you know what that means. So guys, thank you for watching. That was the hour. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. As always, please, if you can, consider following the channel in Rumble. If you happen to watch this in YouTube, I still would want you to, watch it in Rumble and follow the channel in Rumble. If you're in Twitch, same thing. Please go to Rumble and follow me in Rumble. The same if you're watching in Kick. So guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye for now.